This is J.S. Verma Memorial ADR and Client Counseling Competition and NAVITAS Law Fest 2025.
We are honored today to have amongst us our distinguished dignitaries on the dais. Honorable Mr. Justice Anup Jairam Bhammani, Judge, Delhi High Court as our special guest. Honorable Mr. Justice Rajesh Bindal, Judge, Supreme Court of India as our chief guest. We are also honored to have amongst us Ms. Shubhra Verma ma'am to grace the occasion with her benign presence. Our founder chairman and chief advisor, MAIMS Chancellor Maharaja Agrasen University, Himachal Pradesh Bati, Dr. Nankishore Garg sir. Our chairman, MAIMS Shri Vineet Kumar Lohia sir. We also extend our gratitude to the esteemed trustees and revered members of our management of Maharaja Agrasen Technical Education Society, our director ma'am, Professor Dr. Rajni Malhotra Dhingra, heads of all the departments, faculty members, participants, all the legal enthusiasts, our esteemed collaborators, sponsors, and our dear students present here today. Your unwavering support has been instrumental in bringing us this far.
Today we gather to invoke the blessings of Ma Saraswati, the goddess of learning, an epitome of intelligence, consciousness, cosmic knowledge, strength and refuge. Let's begin this ceremony by offering our sincere prayers to the goddess Ma Saraswati.
And by remembering and saluting the sacrifices of our martyrs on Shahidi Divas. भगत सुखदेव राजगुरु, वो जज्बा, वो अभिमान, मौत भी जिनसे कांप उठे, वो थे क्रांति की पहचान। खून से सींचा वतन का चमन, वीरों की गाथाएं अमर है सदा। हर बूंद में है ज्वाला जलती, हर सांस में आजादी की सदा। जलती चिताएं, उठते शोले, फिर भी न झुका था हिंद का शीश। हंसते हंसते फांसी चूमी, बोल उठे, अब भी लहू है गर्म और तीक्ष्ण। Thank you, Prabhi. Your words beautifully honored the spirit of our martyrs. As our founder chairman sir quoted, Samaj Dwara, Samaj ke liye, Samaj ki sanstha means. And now, to continue the legacy of Maharaja Agrasen, let's move ahead with Good Geet representing the MAIMS. Kindly rise for the same.
शिक्षा का संस्थान देश है प्रथम रखे यह ध्यान अग्रणी शिक्षा का संस्थान बना दो महाराजा के नाम हमारा अग्रणी संस्थान देश है प्रथम रखे यह ध्यान अग्रणी शिक्षा का संस्थान है प्रथम रखे यह ध्यान अग्रणी शिक्षा का संस्थान तकनीकी वाणिज्य कुशलता कौशल अभियांत्रिकी दक्षता चिकित्सा विधि पत्रकारिता कला ज्ञान विज्ञान सिद्धता बहुविध शिक्षा से हम बनते जागृत प्रज्ञावान देश है प्रथम रखे यह ध्यान अग्रणी शिक्षा का संस्थान पाठ्यक्रम के पाठ पठन से सतत परीक्षण मूल्यांकन से कार्य सफल होते उद्यम से ना हो केवल मनोरथों से इसी मंत्र को अपना कर हम होंगे चरित्रवान देश है प्रथम रखे यह ध्यान अग्रणी शिक्षा का संस्थान देश है प्रथम रखे यह ध्यान अग्रणी शिक्षा का संस्थान देश है प्रथम रखे यह ध्यान अग्रणी शिक्षा का संस्थान
Now, we request our Chairman Mates Shri Vineet Kumar Lohia Sir and General Secretary Mates T.R. Gargji to kindly felicitate our special guest, Honorable Mr. Justice Anup Jairam Bhammani, Judge, Delhi High Court, as a token of our respect. Now, we request our Vice Chairman Mates Shri Jagdish Mittalji to kindly felicitate Ms. Shubhra Verma Ma'am as a token of our gratitude. Now,
Good morning to Honorable Mr. Justice Rajesh Bindal, Judge, Supreme Court of India, who readily accepted our invitation. This shows such dedication towards students in particular and society in general. I wholeheartedly welcome you, sir. I also welcome Honorable Mr. Justice Anup Jairam Bamhani, Judge, Delhi High Court. Sir, your presence has made our event more memorable. I also welcome Ms. Shubhra Verma, daughter of Justice J.S. Verma, for her kind support in organizing this event. Warm regards to Dr. Nandkishore Garg, founder, chair and chancellor, Maharaja Agrawal University, Baddi, under whose able guidance, NAC A++ accreditation has been achieved by MAIMS. I also welcome Shri Vaneet Kumar Lohia sir, Chairman MAIMS, Shri T.R. Garg, General Secretary MAIMS, and other revered trustees of MAIMS Parivar. On behalf of MAIMS, I extend warm and heartfelt welcome to dear faculty member, students and participants. Dear all, as an institution, we firmly believe and follow the ideal of Maharaja Agrawal ji and Swami Vivekananda ji, and consider us duty bound to provide our students best of the opportunity to make them ready for the courts as well as to make them socially relevant, because we believe हमें ऐसी शिक्षा चाहिए जिससे चरित्र बने, मानसिक विकास हो, बुद्धि का विकास हो और मनुष्य अपने पैरों पर खड़ा हो सके. For this, we are regularly organizing alternate dispute resolution competition, client counseling competition, moot court competition, mock trial competition. And this event particularly has saw the huge response from all over India. We received more than 487 entries from reputed institutions across India. Dear all, society is complicated, short-tempered, and hence the contradiction and conflicts are bound to happen. And we all are aware that judiciary is overburdened. So, alternative measures to solve the dispute in a satisfactory manner has become the need of the modern complex world. Realizing this, we as an institution feel us duty bound to train our students in these areas too. My dear participants, I appreciate the commitment that has been shown by all of you. I appreciate you for taking up this challenge and contributing to the vibrancy of this competition. Regardless of the outcome of these competition, each one of you is the winner, as according to me, no participant can lose from such competitions, as the gain of knowledge and experience is the guarantee and the training ground these kind of events offers to the law students. Today, as we celebrate the valedictory ceremony of Justice J.S. Verma Memorial ADR competition and NAVITAS, I urge all of you to learn from the life of Justice J.S. Verma and embrace hard work as the mantra of the success. Let us commit ourselves to work diligently towards our goal, knowing that every step forward is a step closer to achieving greatness. Once again, I welcome Honorable Mr. Justice Rajesh Bindal ji and Honorable Mr. Justice Anup Jairam Bambani ji. I am indebted to you for gracing this event. I will conclude my address with this remark: discourage litigation, pursue your neighbors, friends and family to compromise whenever and wherever you can. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your motivating words. When you put your heart into your goals, success is within your reach. Leading the charge are Abhiraj Khare, Ayush Srivastav, Tapan Nagar, and Priyanshi Gupta, our inspiring program heads. As we are winding up this incredible journey, I, Ayush Srivastav,
And I, Viraj Khare, Program Head of ADR and Client Counseling Competition, standing before you with a heart full of gratitude and bliss.
it feels like just yesterday when we kicked off this mega event in January, which turned into a beautiful journey of knowledge, skill, and excellence.
Indeed, there were moments when it felt like the road ahead was tough, moment of doubts, moment when we questioned whether we can pull it all together. But our team stood tall in every situation.
This year, we began our journey on 9th of March with preliminary rounds, 10th of March quarters and semi-final rounds, and 22 of March final rounds, hosting over 100 plus participants, 250 plus teams from 75 plus law colleges across Pan-India. The enthusiasm and dedication shown by each participant have been truly inspiring.
A major highlight of this event was our international commercial arbitration simulation, which introduced to encourage familiarities, promote its practice among budding legal professionals.
Our ADRCC competitions were assessed by Honorable Justice of Delhi High Court, senior advocates, IMI qualified mediators like Jennifer N. Brand, Rukmani Menon, trained assessors, and also our knowledge partners, PACT and Asian School of Civil Laws, who meticulously assisted us in reviewing our problems. Their insights, critics, and mentorship have been instrumental for the success of our mega event.
As we come to the edge of this event, I hope each of you take not just the experiences but knowledge and everything, the motivation to continue excelling in the field of ADR.
Lastly,
We want to congratulate our finalists.
your hard work and dedication have paid off.
Now, we would like to call program heads of NAVITAS.
But before that, ADRCC
Program heads are signing off.
Thank you, Team ADRCC. Today I, Priyanshi Gupta,
And I, Tapan Nagar,
Program Heads of NAVITAS. We stand before you today at conclusion of NAVITAS, the mega 7-day law fest with immense gratitude and pride. In this, we have witnessed a remarkable confluence of intellect and vibrant competition, celebrating not just the essence of law, but the multifaceted brilliance of human expression.
from the legal acumen to the vivid strokes of artistic imagination, NAVITAS has showcased unique talent through 12 literary and cultural events, commenced with 380 plus registration and 1500 plus participants from Pan-India. These events were not merely competition, they were platform for intellectual and artistic brilliance, each echoing the spirit of excellence that this fest stands for.
Despite this amazing and creative events mentioned on the NAVITAS final day, which was nothing short of spectacular, the ethnic Bollywood Day celebration added a vibrant touch to the fest and the gala evening was a fitting culmination. Also, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed sponsors for the invaluable support, including our title sponsor Shiva Chemical Industries, our special collaborator FSRI, our merchandise partner 333 by Sneha Sharma, our resource partner XTCY, Jabstone and Sadki, our gifting partner Quality Bakers, Hamari Bagya, our glam partner Colors Queen, and all our respected media, knowledge and blog partner for their unwavering support.
We extend our heartfelt gratitude to our convener, co-conveners, faculty members, whose expertise and insight elevated the competition to the standard of excellence.
With that, we bid farewell to this incredible fest, cherishing the memories we have created and looking forward to the future with hope and determination. Before we conclude, let's take a moment to relive the journey. Here's a special glimpse of the unforgettable moments, the dedication of our participants, and the hard work of our student team behind the scenes that made the event a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you, our program heads, for giving us a wonderful glimpse of this prestigious event.
As we move further, it is our privilege and honor to introduce our founder chairman and chief advisor MAIMS, Dr. Nankishore Garg sir, who has been a guiding light, and his tireless efforts have led the foundation of Maharaja Agrasen Technical Education Society, shaping it into an institution of excellence and inspiration. Now, I request sir to enlighten us with his invaluable words of wisdom. Please, sir.
नमस्कार। आज 23 मार्च, अभी हमने शहीद भगत सिंह के पोर्ट्रेट पर पुष्प चढ़ाए और उनके दो साथी, अधिकांश सब पढ़े लिखे विद्वान लोग बैठे हैं। जो नाम पूछूं तो शायद 2-4 हाथ ही खड़े होंगे। सुखदेव और राजगुरु। राजगुरु किस प्रांत के थे पूछूं तो शायद ही कोई हाथ खड़ा होगा। कारण इस देश को अपने धन के पीछे तो हम लग गए हैं कमाने के, और इतना धन कमा लिया है आज घर घर में। मैं देख रहा हूँ कुछ एक्सेस हो गया है और उसके कारण से क्राइम बढ़ता जाएगा और मुकदमे भी बढ़ते जाएंगे। नए नए ढंग के क्राइम, महिला भी अपने पति के टुकड़े भी कर सके, कभी सोच नहीं सकते थे। ड्रम के अंदर बंद करके सील कर दे, कभी सोच नहीं सकते थे। कैसी व्यवस्थाएं हम बना रहे हैं। क्या शहीद भगत सिंह, सुखदेव, राजगुरु, उनके चाचा अमेरिका में बैठ के, और आज ही राम मनोहर लोहिया का जन्मदिन भी, जिसने इनकम के अंदर डिस्पैरिटी कम करने के लिए कुछ फार्मूले दिए थे। पढ़े लिखे थे, जर्मन से पढ़ के आए थे, और जीवन में जब भी कुछ कहा या किया वो एग्जेम्पलरी था। तो कितने लोग जानते हैं, कौन लागू करेगा उन विचारों को, ये सोच सोच के हमारे जैसे लोग जो आयु के उस पड़ाव में आ गए हैं, जब चौथा फेज शुरू हो गया तो निराशा होती है। और पिछले 10-12 दिन से जो कुछ देख रहे हैं, सुन रहे हैं, उससे लगता है कि इस देश में परिवर्तन कैसे आएगा। ना तो यहाँ क्रांति हो सकती, विचारों की क्रांति हो सकती है तो देशभक्ति का जज्बा ही गायब हो जाए। लोगों को जातियाँ ही याद रहेंगे कि राजगुरु किस जाति का ये पूछेंगे, या सुखदेव कहाँ था ये पूछेंगे। उसके आधार पर इस देश की पॉलिटिक्स तय होगी। कौन जनेऊधारी है, ऊपर है, नीचे है, कहाँ ले जा रहे हैं इस देश को। अगर आज की तारीख में धन का पूजा होगी तो धन के तो बोरे के बोरे भरे मिल रहे हैं, ट्रंक भरे मिलते हैं, कमरे भरे मिलते हैं। क्या इस देश का सिस्टम बिल्कुल सड़ गया है, गल गया है, कोई इससे उम्मीद ना करे, ऐसा लगता है कई बार। मैं स्वयं में लॉ ग्रेजुएट हूँ 1980 का। कभी हमने तो नहीं सोचा था ये होगा। एक तरफ राजेश बिंदल जी जैसे जज हैं जिनको शायद 2.5 लाख रुपए महीना केवल मिलता हो, और इनके सामने खड़े होने वाले, इनको मी लॉर्ड कहने वाले 1 करोड़ रुपए रोज की प्रैक्टिस हो, तो कहाँ से ईमानदारी कैसे बचेगी, ये चिंता का विषय होना चाहिए, नहीं होना चाहिए। ये मेरे जो बडिंग एडवोकेट्स हैं कल के, इनके लिए रोल मॉडल कौन? अभिषेक, कपिल, मुकुल रोहतगी या हरीश साल्वे जैसे कौन है? कोई बता सकेगा कि उसका रोल मॉडल कौन होना चाहिए? इस देश में सब कहते हैं ईमानदार हो, सब चाहते हैं कि इस देश में शहीद भगत सिंह, राजगुरु, सुखदेव हों, मेरे घर में ना हो। देश की मिलिट्री के लिए हज़ारों पोस्टें खाली पड़ी हैं ऑफिसर्स की, कोई जाने को तैयार नहीं है। एनसीसी के माध्यम से इस बार हमने शायद 10-15 कमीशन ऑफिसर देने की कोशिश की है। 1-1 करोड़ के पैकेज मिल जाएंगे, उससे पूछो क्या करोगे, तो माँ बाप की चिंता नहीं, समाज की चिंता नहीं, तो केवल धन कमा के, जो हम कभी बचपन में कहानी सुना करते कि मैं जिस चीज़ के हाथ लगाऊं वो सोने का हो जाए, या टॉल्स्टॉय की कहानी कि मैं जितना दौड़ के चक्कर लगा के इस भूमि को पूरा चक्कर सर्कल लगा दूंगा तो वो ज़मीन तेरी होगी, और लास्ट में वो 6 फुट का गैप रह गया, लेकिन और अधिक और अधिक और अधिक। इस और अधिक की दौड़ में महाराजा अग्रसेन जी के विचारों को लेकर हम 25-26 साल से ये कोशिश कर रहे हैं, लगभग हर फील्ड में कर रहे हैं। कुछ सफल होते हैं, कई जगह असफल हो रहे हैं, परंतु इस अंधी दौड़ से कहाँ पहुँचेंगे ये सबको विचार करना चाहिए। अंत में ईमानदारी ही जीतती है। इस देश का जो रहा है, इथोस रही है, ईमानदारों को ही लोग याद करते हैं। आज भी शहीद भगत सिंह को फांसी क्यों दी गई, तो मैं कम से कम हजारों लोगों से पूछा, ज़्यादातर बताते हैं पार्लियामेंट में उन्होंने वो पटाखे छोड़े थे, जबकि वो भी सच्चाई नहीं है। तो इस देश का सही इतिहास, नई शिक्षा नीति लागू होने के बाद उम्मीदें तो मैं भी बहुत करता हूँ। इस देश का नेतृत्व करने की कोशिश भी बहुत कुछ कर रहा है, परंतु उस कोशिश का जो रिजल्ट आना चाहिए वो नहीं आ पा रहा, क्योंकि हम एजुकेशन सिस्टम को मैकाले के चुंगल से नहीं छुड़ा पा रहे, हम जुडिशियल सिस्टम को मैकाले के चुंगल से नहीं छुड़ा पा रहे। इस देश में न्याय की देवी की पट्टी हटाने में भी जस्टिस राजेश बिंदल जी जैसे लोगों ने कुछ योगदान दिया, तो पट्टी तो हट गई है। न्याय की देवी शायद देखना शुरू कर रही है और देखेगी, और थोड़ा क्रोध भी वो दिखाएगी, तो सुधरेंगी चीज़ें। निराशा से तो कुछ होगा नहीं, आखिर अंधेरा छटेगा, सूरज निकलेगा और भारत अपने उस स्थान को प्राप्त करने में निश्चित तौर पर सफल होगा। ये आखिरी झटके हैं, ये जो सड़ांध है, जो छिपी हुई चीज़ें थी, वो सारे अब कारपेट हटते जाएंगे, निकलते जाएंगे। बहुत उम्मीद है भारत की न्याय व्यवस्था से, भारत के यूथ से, और इनके भरोसे ही आने वाला भारत, जो जीडीपी बेशक 10 साल में हमने डबल कर ली है, परंतु उससे संतुष्ट होने की आवश्यकता नहीं है जब तक चरित्र का निर्माण नहीं होगा। चरित्रवान लोगों की संख्या बढ़नी चाहिए, यही स्वामी विवेकानंद ने कहा था, यही डॉक्टर हेडगेवार जी ने 100 साल पहले कल्पना की थी। उस कल्पना को साकार करने का दायित्व तो आपके पास, मेरे पास, हम सबके पास है। निश्चित तौर पर पूरा करेंगे। जय हिंद।
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us with your insightful words.
We are extremely delighted to have with us our special guest for the day, Honorable Mr. Justice Anup Jairam Bhambani, Judge, Delhi High Court. Sir pursued his law degree from Faculty of Law, University of Delhi. While practicing, he specialized in constitutional law, commercial disputes, media regulations, and privacy rights. He was designated as a senior advocate in 2014 and appointed as a judge of Honorable Delhi High Court in 2018. We kindly request Sir to address the audience and share his insights with us. Please, Sir.
Honorable Mr. Justice Rajesh Bindal, Judge Supreme Court of India, the Chairman, the founders, the Director and the faculty members of the Maharaja Agrasen School of Management Studies and the Technical Education Society, the eminent ladies and gentlemen in the audience, family members of Justice J.S. Verma, and above all, my dear friends and younger colleagues, the law students. A word first about the man in whose name you have held this ADR competition, Justice J.S. Verma. It was my misfortune that I met Justice J.S. Verma very late in life. I met him in 2007. When we were setting up, I was the counsel advising and he was the chairperson. We were setting up the News Broadcasters Association and the News Broadcasting Standards Authority. And I had the occasion to work very closely with Justice Verma in drafting all the rules, regulations, all the norms and guidelines for the media, the electronic media, in which process I interacted very closely with him and I learned not just his views on the law, but the ethos that that man engendered. Justice Verma was a rare genre of person. He was a man of steel, uncompromising to a fault. I don't know at that stage whether he said this with any intention or he just said it in the passing. He looked at me and he said, you know, Anup, a judge should have no past and no future. I was a little flummoxed, one, because, why is he telling me this? Because I was an advocate practicing. And I had never thought even of becoming a judge. But for whatever reason, a man of great intuition, he perhaps thought that maybe this is something that this boy should know. A judge should have no past and no future. So I said, sir, what do you mean? He said, you understand the judge should have no past, in the sense that there should be no past that people can fault. Understood. But no future. What he meant was that judging and being a judge should not be reduced to a career. That you're looking for promotions, that you're looking for self-aggrandizement, that you're looking for something later in life, all of which would compromise judgeship. He paid a price for living up to his own ideals. You will be surprised to note that till the time Justice Verma passed away, he did not own a house that he lived in. He once told me a very amusing story. He says, I meet people who said, sir, we had sent you this invitation card. Didn't you receive it? And he would say, oh, what address did you send it on? And they would tell him the address. And he would say, you know what? I was on rent in that house. Now I have shifted to another house on rent. His house came to be built in the judges' colony after Justice Verma had already passed away. He never got to live in his own house, a former Chief Justice of India. He was uncompromising to a fault, a man who walked the talk. He didn't just say things, he meant them and he lived them. As a judge, one comes across several dilemmas on a day-to-day basis. Should I do this? What is the right thing to do in this case? How should I manage this matter? Where lies the fault in this case? And I can tell you hand on heart that I still, when I encounter such dilemmas, I often think to myself, how would Justice Verma have done it in this case? That was the man that Justice Verma was. Frugal living, high thinking. And as one of the eminent senior counsel of the Supreme Court put it after he passed away, Justice Verma left very little by way of inheritance, but a lot by way of legacy. It is this legacy that has led you, the institution, to name the ADR competition in the name of Justice Verma. Now, litigation, I would say, and I was a litigator for 26 years, I've been a judge for 6 years. All I've done in my professional life is litigation. And I would say that litigation is a necessary evil. It is time consuming, it is expensive, it is disputatious. It does not lead to peaceful resolution of disputes. It leads to winners and losers. Now, nobody likes to be a loser. And if you think about it, and I speak from my professional experience, two people will be fighting, a husband and a wife, in a matrimonial dispute. Neither of them will win at the end of the day because the family is broken. And who will be the loser? The children. No winners, and a third person, namely a child, an innocent child, is a loser. So, there are specific areas, if not all areas, there are specific areas of law where litigation is no longer a desirable or a viable option. Dr. Garg just mentioned about high fees. He mentioned about, maybe he meant about the prolixity of litigation, the complexity of litigation. All of that is absolutely true. That is what we do for a living. I decide disputes to the best of my ability. I must be making mistakes. But litigation, at least in non-commercial, non-criminal matters, I think, is not the way forward. ADR is the way forward. What we need is not dispute adjudication, we need dispute resolution. So when in law school, in jurisprudence, we were taught that one of the aspects of being a lawyer is to be a social engineer. Social engineering is part of the professional obligation, I would say, of the legal fraternity. Which means that you don't have to win a case or lose a case if it means that the social fabric is being rendered asunder, if the social fabric is getting damaged. ADR addresses this issue. Mediation, for example, where the mediator is not even suggesting solutions, parties are in full control of litigation, of their disputes, of their grievances, and they are guided through to a resolution, a peaceful, amicable resolution of a dispute with the solutions emerging from the parties themselves. Now, that is how you preserve the social fabric, not by going to court. Client counseling, another aspect that you have addressed in the course of your sessions, is of extreme importance and of extreme, it is a critical element of the profession of law. I would venture to think that lawyers don't just service legal business, they also create it. Lawyers create disputes only to attempt to solve them later on, sometimes with success, sometimes not. In conclusion, therefore, I would say that to dedicate this competition to the name of the legendary judge, Justice J.S. Verma, is a befitting tribute to his dedication to the cause of justice. And justice does not always lie in litigation. Thank you so much for inviting me. I appreciate it.
We are extremely delighted to have with us our chief guest for the day, Honorable Mr. Justice Rajesh Bindal, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Sir served as an advocate in High Court of Punjab and Haryana and is a former Chief Justice of Allahabad High Court. He was elevated as a Supreme Court judge in 2023. Renowned to his expertise, he has chaired numerous committees on electronic evidence, child abduction and court management system. We invite Sir to address the audience and share his invaluable insights with us. Please, sir.
Dear students, I will not name because that will take time also and it's just repetition basically. But one thing for a change you must have seen, as Garg Sahab has told you, the day we are celebrating today. And I think majority of the students may not be aware of this. They may not have read the newspaper also, that's not the habit now. We are all mobile only, social media, all news. Probably 90% of the students, they don't read the newspaper. Print media is out now. And on social media, probably on few of the groups you may have seen the today Martyrs Day's message. Otherwise, all junk only is transmitted left, right. So this is, many of you may not have heard or may remember the couplet, शहीदों की चिताओं पर लगेंगे हर वर्ष मेले, वतन पर मिटने वालों का बाकी यही निशान होगा. नहीं याद है हमारे. If we forget our past, future कहीं नहीं. Our base has to be strong. तो base हमारे को पता होना चाहिए कहाँ base है. Otherwise we are all in air. Air में तो कितनी देर stay करेंगे आप? Even if you fly in a plane, जब तक fuel है तभी तक है, उसके बाद नीचे. So you always remember where is your base, what is your past. And that has to be strong, and we have very strong past in our country. See the dedication of our freedom fighters. And in this case also, all these three young, in 20s only, 22, 23, were hanged a day prior because British government also knew that it will not be possible for them to hang on the day fixed. And there is a war memorial at Husainewala. You may not have heard, you may not have seen it. That land was also in Pakistan only, in fact. Initially in 47 partition, it had gone to Pakistan. But had taken by India in 1950, so there is a memorial there, worth seeing, and we should remember all this. Now this institute is in the name of Maharaj Agrasen. We all have been informed, shared what he was. And that is the idea of any name of the institution, like name of the institution is there, like name of this competition is there. I think what I could have shared about Justice J.S. Verma is only what I read and what I heard. And I can't have a better idea than what brother has. What he has shared is personal interaction with him. So this is how you leave a name, a legacy. Otherwise we had been thousands of judges throughout the country since independence. How much of them are being remembered? Very few. And that's only because you have done something for the society. As brother had shared, process, this is re-engineering also, social re-engineering. And how it is social re-engineering? A litigant will come to you. The idea now is, he also touched the issue of that we also generate litigation as lawyers. Why? We say more about should be there. This is the idea basically. And if you must have seen, because these all are jokes being circulated sometimes on the various groups, the Pakistani style is there. So he shared, his son had also come and practice. So once he had gone somewhere for a few days, so his son thought there is some very old case pending, let it be disposed of. It was ripe only. So he got it disposed of. He was very happy. His father came, he shared that. Papa, I have done wonders. What you have done? I got that old 50-year-old case disposed of. And we won it. He slapped him. Why did you slap me? We won the case. He said that was the case which gave us 4 or 5 houses, this, all things have come from that only. So this is the idea basically. If you see the matrimonial cases, we have a lot of transfer petitions coming in Supreme Court. And I remember in one case which was got settled, this is also again ADR, mediation. Justice Joseph got it settled in the Supreme Court. 41 cases were there between the parties. It's all multiplying. You can't think of the kind of litigation being generated in matrimonial cases. Never thought of when we started practice in 80s. All innovation. And again, at the cost of the children. There's a lot of litigation of the warring couples, one of them in India, another abroad, fighting for the child. Maybe there's a kind of litigation. And the child is kind of a commodity in between custody and all that. One day visiting right to me, they will just pull him left, right, spoiling his life. This is the after effect of that matrimonial litigation, where I think ADR is the best solution and should be at the very beginning before even any litigation start. I can share that in Allahabad, when I was there, we had a project pre-litigation mediation for matrimonial cases. And I can share that the number of applications we got, because it was for the first time we held it. So it was not promoted through media and all that, but still whatever information we could spread amongst the litigants, the prospective litigants I would say. We got about, I think, 8,000-9,000 applications, and out of that about 1/3 people appeared, and from that the success rate was 30-40%. So we would stop the litigation, some had settled the issues, joined back, and some had separated. Whatever is there, if they can't live together, we separate peacefully. Don't spoil somebody else's life also, maybe the children are also there. So this is how there are judgments of the Supreme Court also in many cases, and especially AFCON infrastructure, which talks about the cases in which you can use ADR. As a lawyer also, I would say, if a client comes to you, litigation is not the only solution for all kinds of litigation. If you go to a doctor, he will not say in all cases you have a headache, you go to the operation theatre, I'll open your brain and see what is there inside. In many brains may be empty also because we are not using that. So he will find that it is empty, so that's why headache is there. He also gives you different solutions. That this is your head, this is your disease, so solution may be ABCD, so meditation is there. Sometimes meditation is also now suggested. Maybe somebody will say you go for yoga, so exercise, and multiple solutions are there. But for a lawyer, what we say, if one case comes in, that is filed, whether there is any merit or no, and then it will be multiplied. Friday only we had a case in Supreme Court, a writ petition filed by a lawyer only, not in person. In person, a lot of frivolous cases are filed. The prayer was that the ED should be directed to properly conduct this case. Just see. He is not party, he is nobody in that case. They should not seek unnecessary adjournments. They should properly prosecute. Good prosecutor should be there. This kind of litigation being filed. And this is in fact choking the entire system. The courts, if any case will come, have to take care of it. And these cases, after all, it will take some few minutes of us also when we read the files, few minutes in the court also. So this is consuming a lot of time, so that's why the quality litigation is delayed. And this choking of system is leading the parties to avail of other remedies then. A lot of civil litigation is being converted into criminal. And that again has the effect on the society. If you see the criminal litigation in the country, it's 2/3. In many of the districts in UP, we have officers from here, from UP. It's 80% also in some districts of the total litigation. It's not a good sign because all specific performance cases, civil litigation, 420 FIR will be there now. All sections have changed. We need to register all of them because new criminal laws have come in. So similarly, if you have 138 Negotiable Instruments Act, they will lodge the FIR also because this is bailable, they put some non-bailable offences also. So this is how law is also being misused. This is all creation of, I would not say 100% lawyers, but there are few lawyers who are all into it, multiplying the litigation. Now, about this function, I can say winning and losing is not that important as the participation in these functions. Because in court also, even if you have won a case, you may not be happy. Or even if you have lost a case, you may have still won. The lawyer sitting there, the judges also, that what kind of assistance he has given. Why we call the lawyers as officers of the court? Their job is to assist properly. Winning and losing is not that important. Even a client who may have lost the case with you, which you conducted, he will still bring a case to you because he is happy with your performance. The performance is important and that you should have given or you must have given here. And here also, the judges also must have seen what is your passion, how you have performed. It's not that you have to just put the best foot forward. But one thing is there, even the winning teams also, winning individuals also, may not be the perfect persons. There may be many things they have learned from the losing parties also. Because it's all overall grading is there, overall evaluation is there, all right, some team had to be adjust first or some individual. But don't be disheartened. It's not a comb which had come after 144 years or 12 years. It's all annual affair. Yeah, annually also 3, 4 times, 5 times. And once you are in, you will learn this art, the practical experience, which was never there in our time when we did law in 1985. Never visited the court also, no moot court, nothing. We used to have small kind of a guides basically. Just read those. 5 out of 10 questions to be answered, so everybody will normally pass. No project, nothing. Admission also, you have seen the level of now law. Earlier times, in our time, 45% marks, you go and get admission, walk in. Because it was not the first choice, second choice, third choice, it was the last choice. If you don't get admission anywhere, all right, law to kari le. See the change now. I appeared in court 1 month after I had done the law. And with great difficulty, I had to collect a lot of courage to say just the case be passed over. That's all, no argument, nothing. Now you see, we have been going to many moot court competitions also. The kind of performance or arguments are being addressed by the law students. I think they can match any good counsel. The kind of preparation they have, the kind of clarity they address the court on facts also, on law also, and the way they answer the questions. So this is the learning. So immediately when you pass out, you are ready to argue the case. And this change came, yes, after the 5-year course was there in 2008. I think the Bar Council also laid down the rules for that, this mooting and all that has to be there. But prior to that, if you see the medicine, there was an internship compulsory after you study for 4.5 years of course in hospital, practical working, then only you get the degree. If you see the course of chartered accountant, the entire training is with the chartered accountant. Classes are evening only if somebody wants to have a guidance, otherwise you have to pass the inter and final exam, some papers. So this is how you learn practical part, which was missing earlier prior to all this 5-year course in this. Now, what you have learnt in this, because a change also, yes, in these competitions which has come in now. Earlier there used to be moot court competitions only, given some problem, then on that some memorials are there, some arguments, and then that's all. Now just see, it's a kind of fest basically. Multiple events, some are relating to law, and along with that, entertainment also. What is the message? You can't always study. Span of attention is very low. If in a class of 40 minutes, the studies are that you don't have attention more than 20 minutes in a class. Thereafter your mind is diverted, and especially nowadays a lot of students, even of very good law schools, are facing ADD. You must have heard this name. How much of the students have heard this name, AD? What is the meaning of AD? So you all know what is the problem. So ADHD is also there. So this is the problem being faced by the young minds now. Not in law, probably everywhere. And this is because our attention time is very low. And the reason for that is we are being pushed with a lot of information throughout the day on your mobile. Every time, you will not find any person sitting idle if he has a mobile. You will just open the mobile and see what is there. May or may not be relevant. The result is your brain is being pushed with a lot of information which earlier was not there. In the morning you will read a newspaper, thereafter only personal interaction or whatever work you are doing, reading only. But now, and with artificial intelligence, what is coming in, you see a kind of news, a kind of website or so, regularly the same thing will be pushed to you. So your brain is washed.